But I wanted to talk about this for a bit. Now, I'm not going to play this video because I will get immediately assassinated by the copyright ninjas, right? They will fucking appear behind me and cut off my fucking head, right? But I was watching Jaadugar Witch in Mongolia earlier today, and so far it's actually pretty good. There's actually a lot of historical research into this. Like, there was a scene where they opened up in like the first, I think it's like the second episode. They open it up and they're looking at a map of the world. Like, oh, I recognize that. That's a Arabic recreation of a Greek map of the world as far as they knew at the time, right? Glass harp like a siren. Exactly. Yes. the temptation towards sin kind of deal, right? But as you can see from just this one frame, this anime is absolutely gorgeous, right? So this anime takes place in historical Tus, which is a city in Persia, right? It obviously takes place during like the conquest of the Mongols. Like, it's in the fucking title of the thing, right? You can already tell a couple places where the story is gonna go if you're at all familiar with who these people are, right? Like this girl right here. Not really a spoiler for the story, almost certainly, because it's a historical drama. You know, spoiler for someone who died in like 1249, right? But yeah, this is very obviously supposed to be Fatima Khatun. So if you know anything about her life, it's probably going to tell you a little bit about like where the story is going to go. And obviously, the kid that she is like talking to most of the time in the first two episodes is supposed to be like Muhammad ibn Nasir al-Din al-Tusi, if I remember correctly. Like, very obviously supposed to be them. So it's like, yeah, again, you can kind of tell a couple of areas where the story is going to go just because this is based off of like real people. Do they have a chance go by another name you could use? Possibly. I tried a lot. I generated like 30 different versions of that thing, trying to get those two to combine. I will eventually figure out how to get it, but I might just have to actually import like the instrument into my Suno sound library in order to get the two to play together. And even then, Suno will probably fight me because like depending on how experimental you want to be, and I try to get extremely experimental with the stuff I make. It could fight you. It could really fucking fight you. Animation style looks familiar. Oh, yes, Science Saru. So Science Saru was also responsible for producing another series, which I really like. Not OST. Called Kaiba. This is a fucking trip if you've ever seen it. It's a good story. It's also very disturbing for a lot of people, right? I tried to show it to a friend of mine, and the episode with the plants fucking, like, absolutely, like, disturbed them. So, it's a good series. It is definitely gonna weed out, tourists, though. I'm just gonna say that. So, yeah, this is a lovely series. I've only gotten a couple of episodes in, so, but I think that the claim that some people have been making that this is, like, Islamic propaganda is absolutely nonsense. Like, I'm about as anti-Islamic as like anyone else, right? I have 5 Qurans and a complete set of Sunni hadiths. I have every reason not to like Islam, right? But I'm here for weeding out tourists, absolutely, right? But this is a historical drama about a Tengrist army, you know, the Mongols, and you know, invading a Muslim nation, and then how this one particular Muslim woman affected the empire. Yeah, because she ended up becoming a high-ranking, advisor in the, for the Mongols. So, it's going to be an interesting story. Again, if you know anything about the history of these people, some of this is going to be pretty obvious. Yeah. So it's like, it's just portraying the story as if like people who lived in these times, or that's the goal, right? Had told the story. So yeah, it's not exactly surprising that it's not going to get on and be all that polemical about anything. So yeah, I have seen some really stupid takes about this show though, other than it's Islamic propaganda thing. Fucking king. It's the Persian Empire, right? It's the Persian Empire during the reign of Genghis, when Genghis Khan was doing his thing, right? Obviously, they were Muslims at the time. They weren't Zoroastrians, so it's like, the fuck do you want, right? But I have seen a couple things like some people on YouTube, when I type in the name of this anime, it's like, oh yeah, like Sitara has the worst life of any anime girl. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? Did you never watch Now and Then Here and There? Right? Like, I guarantee you, that person has never watched Now Then Here or There, never watched fucking Bokurano. Absolutely. What are we talking about? Just tourists for the most part, right? Genghis Khan, great grandfather for like half the planet. That might explain some of the IQ drops in some parts of the Muslim world, right? The other part is just the cousin marriage. Oh man, but no, it's a really good it's a really strong character drama. Hello, Kionala, by the way. So if you get the chance, I would suggest watching Jaadugar in the Jaadugar Witch of Mongolia, right? It is actually, I haven't gotten to the whole season yet, but it is pretty good so far. Let's see. Now and Then Here and There is before a lot of folks' time. Oh yeah, I am aware. And like, if you're used to shonen anime, Now and Then Here There is the anti-shonen. You have like a shonen protagonist dropped into a world where shonen mechanics does not exist. Kid has the heart of a fucking like battle manga protagonist. Holy crap, is he unprepared for that? If you want something to ruin your fucking month, that show is really good, but holy crap, is that like actually like soul crushing, and it's designed to be, right? But yeah, so if you want to watch some like actual stuff like that, yeah, there's that. If you want, again, pretty sure the characters in Bokurano had a much worse time than she had. Again, like it's not that hard to pick story. Berserk is another one that comes to mind, right? And it's like, this girl has the worst, again, like some retard on YouTube's like, oh yeah, this girl has like the worst life of any girl in anime. It's like, Casca is knocking on the door right now, right? Casca might have a couple things to say to you. Right? Some really fucking bad stuff happened to Casca in Berserk, right? Now granted, she got mostly better eventually when they finally got her ass to Alfheim. But damn, if you think she has had the worst time of any girl in anime, you have not been watching anime for very long. Either that or you've just been watching shonen manga, shonen battle anime, which is fun, but it is not exactly a good representation of most manga and anime, right? So that's just me, just like, suggesting if you get the opportunity to. Now, okay, there's something I could say, but again, at the opportunity to not get my head chopped off live on Twitch, I can't say the thing. But we've already talked about something in like my agreement with Unique Namosaurus on certain things that I can't say in this particular video. But if you know, right? Anyway, so that's all I wanted to say about this. This is a beautiful anime, and it's very engaging so far. So if he speaks, he will glow. More like if I speak, I might get a letter in the mail, right?